all, all of which apply. And he's saying, you will not be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge, which indicates that you can be barren and unfruitful in the knowledge. One of the things that I think has happened too much is we are willing to be barren and unfruitful in that knowledge.
So are you saying knowing but not doing?
That's pretty much it. Because, see, he goes back and he explains. This is what I want you all to understand. There is nothing that God really needs to give you. We are still trying to get something from God. He has given it to you. Anything you need from God has already been given. Anything. Now, question is, do you realize that? Wherever the scripture speaks of things that God has done for us, he has done it. It always says he has done it, not will do. That's one reason a lot of people don't bring the things that they believe for to pass, because they keep talking about it as though it's a future thing, which is not faith. Y'all, do you understand why that's so important? And why that's not faith in the Word.
In the word,
Right. Because that's what our faith is supposed to be in. The Word. A lot of people talk about having faith, but how can you have faith and don't know what it is you put that faith in? The Word is what we say we believe. So without one, what is it that you believe in if you don't have a Word? Do y'all follow me or not?
yes, sir.
It's not that important, and I think we keep seeking so much new knowledge, but not seeking the knowledge we really need to make what we have work. It's just like people every day. I think the reason that people don't get things done is that you're not using what you have. Simple as that. The other day I began to really think about and challenge myself. How many things have I thought about doing, had ideas of doing? How many times do you discuss ideas with people about things that you want to bring to pass, but you never do anything to bring them to pass? Do you expect them to happen? And how? like I've started to ask people when they tell me about things. It's okay, what's your timetable for that? How long is it going to take you to get this done? Because if you can't answer that, and you don't have any idea, you're not going to do it. And I think what has happened is people have accepted that it's okay not to see the things that God said we could do. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And it's not. We should see deliverance. We should see people changing their lives. We should see our lives changing. Question to you, how much change do you see in your environment? If you really think about it. How much change do you see? How much has your life changed last 2-3 years? What have you developed? You see a lot of change?
Fair amount.
You do?
Yeah, fair amount. I wouldn't say a lot, because a lot of things, I was kind of procrastinating and working at the same time.
Mhm.
Wasn't really putting my full potential in it. And it wasn't really a lot. A lot of times, especially when I would say I'm being led or guided, it ain't a whole lot that I'm told that I need to work and do. It's usually specific, which leads to other things working out too, type of situation. But in those specific things, I would say the main thing is saying what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to dress it and think all kinds of thoughts of who gonna receive it, how they received it, and what comes as maybe a backlash, or did I say it right, and how it may appear, how I may appear, just getting out of my own head and being like in obedience in a lot of cases. That's what's changed. My
Okay.
level to submit. Let me say it that way.
Question, how willing are you? Because this is something I found, discovered that's in us, that I have been seeing to dissipate in my life because I'm watching. How upset do you get when people challenge what you say you're going to do? Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Huh?
I don't necessarily get upset, but I do have a thought about it, and then it brings about you doubt me? You doubt me, I'm sure. You know, not more or less like internally, I said I'm gonna do it, you know. And when you doubt me, seemingly about the way you're saying it, now I'm more pressing on myself, like what you're saying. Well, next time you see me, I'm gonna have it done.
And you know what happens most of the time? I really think we believe that, Charlie. But you know what I see? It's not true.
What's not true? That it's done?
That we go get it done. Because you know what we do? we stay away from the person that's gonna challenge it. Or I noticed that it's something I used to do. Or you stay away from the conversation. Otherwise, my question is this: why are not the things you've been saying you're gonna do for 4 or 5 years not done? And you know what happens? Very rarely do people challenge us. Because we don't like accountability. And I believe that one of the main things that is missing from all that we have in us to do is the simple ability to be accountable and honest about what we're doing, we are doing, and have not done. Because we like praise. We want to be told what we're doing right. Y'all don't think you do? What good is it going to do to be told what you're doing right? You're already doing that right. Honestly, I've started to discover that I ask myself, why would I get offended because somebody challenges what I say I'm going to do? And have you ever thought about maybe they're watching you and they don't see you doing it? And have y'all ever been afraid to address somebody that are not doing what they said?
And sometimes we are not, because that puts us in the hot seat.
Explain. I think I know where you're going, but explain.
You want to let them by so you can get back.
That's right.
And you all are both comfortable. But you're the main one.
That you are cared about.
Because you're the one that sees it and needs to say something.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a deep part in you that wants to cover yourself.
Mm-hmm. So we don't challenge others, so they won't challenge us. In other words, truthfully speaking, how many of you have an accountability partner? A true accountability partner that holds you accountable. You do? As a result of that, how has it affected your progress?
It has improved it significantly, because if I tell her I'm going to do a thing, she's gonna say, Courtney, have you done the thing? And she wants an explanation as to why not.
That,
And
that's,
we do
that's,
that for one another.
see, that's real accountability. See, most of us, man, you start asking somebody questions, all they do is get mad. Now, they'll go away and say they become more determined. But how come why don't they get it done? Because I'm telling you, from my perspective, I don't see people changing a lot. And changing the situations as much as they say they can. I hear people discussing a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas. And when you start, what I've learned when you start discussing an idea with me, I want to know your timetable. What's your method? What's the steps you're going to take? If you can't tell me that, you ain't going to do I have noticed that when you do that too, people get upset. They won't call it that, but they get upset. It takes a maturity to reach a point where you will let yourself be accountable. That would be the only reason that, to be honest with you, I could ever say something that would offend you. Do you understand that?
Say that again, please.
That would be the only reason that I could ever say something that would offend you. Because all I'm doing is telling you what the word says, telling you what I see, challenging where you are. Yes or no?
Right.
So if you get offended, because you've been challenged.
So, if you're helping me, wouldn't that be a help?
Mm-hmm. That's the point. See, most of the time, people who say they won't help,
Can I finish this?
sure, go ahead.
And so if it's help, you want help, and you are offended. Now, sometimes you can feel an offense and say, I need to correct that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't done it before. I need to correct that. Why am I feeling this way? But deeper than that to me is that you don't want to do it. Why would you get mad? If help comes to, I'm talking about me, anybody. But if help comes to me and I'm offended, when the root of that would be, I don't want to do that you have corrected me
That's
on.
exactly right. For several reasons. One is just our pride. There's a thing in people that you just don't want to be told what to do. And we want to believe that we can do it our way. If I want success, I don't care whose way it is. I don't care who came up with it. I want to do it because I want the result that comes from doing it. I am now trying to get people just to think about how much you have not done. Don't want to keep thinking about what you did get done and wanting somebody to recognize it. You follow me? That's not progress. What are you going to do? And truthfully speaking, if you don't have someone to hold you accountable, you're not going to do it. And most people don't let anybody hold them accountable. Most of the time, when I'm helping people, at the point where I would most be helpful is when they quit. You know why? Because that's when they get offended. But they don't like what I'm saying. Because what we're getting to is the real root of the problem. Most people think that they know what they're not doing. Okay, well, if you know what you're not doing, why don't you do it? Does that make sense? If you know what it is that you need to do, that you have not been doing, that is stopping you? Why do you keep not doing it? Unless you really don't know. Or it's something you don't want to do. See, the biggest problem we have is submission. Courtney, you probably may not realize how much maturity it takes to let somebody challenge what you're doing on a regular basis like that. Most of us, man, there's so many things I let people tell me that I already know. You know what I work on? I ain't gonna say I know. I don't want to tell you no. For what? That's pride. I need you to know I know. For what? Tell me again. You telling me something every now and then, I will say it. But I realize what it is. It's me and my ego wanting you to know that I already knew. What difference does it make? Tell me the same thing 15 times. If I already know, I'm going to know even more. I constantly let people explain stuff to me that I'm fully aware of. And treat it like it's the first time I heard it. Why not? Matter of fact, the more I hear it, the better off I am. Really. Just let it be told. If we could break down the pride that we have, we will become so fruitful. So fruitful. So quickly. But most people stay in the same environment. That's why I ask you, how much has your environment changed? How much of the people that you are around, how much has it changed? You still the same crowd? Still having the same conversations? Still talking about the same stuff that you were going to do 5, 6, 7 years ago? Hello? Still not done. Why? Were you not capable? Have you not had the resources? Were they not here? Could you not have gotten them? But why didn't we do it? I'm discussing this with you because really, I don't want to keep being barren. It is tough for me to keep watching people have the same struggle. And maybe y'all see it different. I watch most people be in the same spot year after year after year and think they've grown. Y'all don't? Year after year, you're in the same spot, won't nobody tell you. You know why? Because nobody wants to admit that they are. You know when it's going to show up? When somebody starts to grow. Then that person is going to become offensive, whether they say anything or not. Because once you truly start changing, you'll notice how much that around you is not changing. Because most of what people do is we just keep drudging through. We have knowledge, but we're barren and unfruitful in it. Whenever you think of an idea, you should start moving on it right then. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. They were telling me about some things they're gonna do down the road. So what's the timetable for that? Well, gonna be so many months. I said, okay. They said, well, but before I do that, I gotta do this. I said, well, that's what we should be talking about. Why are we talking about the next thing? Why do people discuss the far off more than they talk about what they can do right now? Have y'all noticed that? See, we love to talk about them dreams and visions and the big money. But what you doing with what you got? How many steps are you taking? But that's what the scripture is saying. All you have to do is begin to work on it. I think back often when I built a house. And when I think about helping people build houses, it's a simple process. Anybody can do it. You just have to do it step by step. Anybody. You can put yourself in position. You can get the money. You can get the project done. All you have to do is focus on it, though, and stay with it. But in order to do that, you got to have some pressure from somewhere. And that's how you keep winning. Something that holds you accountable. Because otherwise, what I think is going to happen is you're going to lie to yourself. And whenever someone disturbs that lie, it's going to upset you. I'm learning how much easier it is getting for me to simply say, I don't have no problem being corrected. At all. More and more. It's getting easier and easier to stay out of concern and out of offense because somebody's correcting me. Because it really is making sense to me. It's corrected is what I want to be. That is what I'm after. Somebody to hold me accountable. And the more I try to hold people accountable, the less conversation I have. I don't worry about them because I'm not doing it, and that's just to fix them. I'm really doing it because I'm trying to find accountability partners. Somebody who will genuinely help me to do the things that come out of my mouth that I say I'm going to do. That if I look back, a year has passed and I haven't done. Y'all don't have things like that? Like I said, maybe it's just me.
Would you consider those that are not genuine?
Huh?
Would you consider the voice or the statements of even those that are not genuine.
Yeah. Would I hear it if they, yeah, I don't really care.
I think those are the most important ones.
The people who just criticize it.
Because what they say, all criticism is at least partially correct.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it has a lot, I think, to do with the help,
The what?
the help of humility.
See, it's really in me to not judge your intention, but want to be right and want to get it right. See, when I get there, I'm not offended by who says it.
I got a question on this, what you just said.
Yes, sir.
What makes you say it's on you for not to judge? Why would you say that?
What do you mean? It's on me not to judge whether you're sincere or not.
Eat the fish, spit out the bone.
Hmm?
Eat the fish, spit out the bone. Get the nutrients from the fish. And spit the bones out.
Yeah. I'm looking for. If you challenged me, then good. Paul said this. He says, many are preaching Christ. He says some of them are preaching because they agree with me. Some are preaching to add to my bonds. He literally said this. He said, I don't care as long as they're preaching Christ. You follow me?
Right.
See, if you really want to advertise something, stop worrying about whether they talk good about you or bad. You want to get famous? Be talked about, period. That's what you want. You want to be talked about. Every person that is famous is talked about, good and bad. People don't have opinions. What we need to learn is the only one you're seeking to please is God, and where is He? In you. But the reason we're not doing it is you ain't honest with you. I believe that's the hardest thing for people to do. Just get honest with yourself. When you do that, you'll be amazed how much you're going to make change. Just take it in. Why get upset? Whatever somebody has to say, take it in. Question for you all again. Do you think it is important to constantly receive critique?
It don't really even matter. Like, kind of like what David was saying. Apply is applicable.
Mm-hmm.
It don't even matter if, I'm saying, you got enough power and dominion that you've been given, that even if you're dealing in a situation where not only do you not want to hear it, but you feel like it's inaccurate as far as the information you're given, you have a choice in even how to deal with that. I tell them all the time, like, I be dealing with them with certain things. If you run across a situation where, I'm gonna use my children as an example. They have something going on in school, or they be having little disagreements with each other, where they'll be like, she said I did this, or he said I did this, but that was not right. I didn't do that. Okay, you get an opportunity to choose your response right now. If they're inaccurate, they don't have to change your demeanor. They don't have to change the way you respond. If it's inaccurate, okay, You can't make them feel a way. You can't change their opinion in their mind. If you can take something they said and do something with it, do that. If you feel like it really offended you some type of way. But if it does not apply to you or nothing you got going, what does that matter to you?
Do you know? And this is what I'm wanting us to learn.
And thank God, Mike, can I see this on what he said?
Sure.
Thank God you're directing them now. Because we have come up as adults in a lot of cases otherwise and think so much about what somebody's.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. Y'all care way too much about what other people say. Whether they be haters or otherwise. What difference does it make? If your goal is to please God, who's where?
In you.
But you gotta stop lying to yourself. If you're always being offended by what others do or don't do, where is your focus?
On them.
And most people, that's where they live. I'm learning, man, one of the things I practice. Can I drive down the street, let cars go in and around me, do crazy stuff, and as long as they don't hit me, don't bring it into my car. Because I'm learning this. What good is it going to do me? I'm riding, you cutting up. You've already cut up, you missed me. Then all of a sudden, I start talking about you. Look at this fool! I don't know how you see it, but why did I let that get in me? You understand? I just brought that into my life. They're gone. Now, if they hit me, I got to deal with it. But if they didn't, why would I even deal with it? Do you think they hear me?
I got a thing I just really started noticing, like, a lot of children come to the shop now, and they're playing the video games. I don't allow them to play video games or use the phone while they're in my chair, nobody, grown person, not. But I found that a lot of children nowadays, and I'm sure you've all seen this, they playing the game on the phone. Man, oh man, you know, where did this, and it started to be a conversation that I've presented to other barbers in the shop, you know, like, do y'all notice like these children is way too amped up and pumped up about a video game as if hollering at this inanimate object that is just presenting a game in it. And you doing finger manipulations to play the game. Obviously, you ain't did the right finger manipulation to win in the game. You know, why are you gonna holler at the game and, like what you saying, bring all that, I'm mad, you know, like being mad is gonna get the thing done, you know, cause you developed that about you. And I found that across the board now, that's pretty much what it is. I think back to my first experiences of playing video games. You just play the game over and over and over again until you beat the level. You know, not. I think I made it a few times. Man, this thing is cheap. You know,
Yeah.
like the game cheap.
Yeah.
The game ain't cheap. The game don't know you. It's man, Jolly playing the game now, so I'm gonna cheat on him. Where he beat me, but I ain't gonna let him beat me.
Yeah, now that one get me every time. But they get it from grown people.
That's it, I was just gonna say.
And it's just children.
And
We don't realize how much they get it from us.
I don't wanna take out the time with you, go somewhere. Then I get on the phone. And I go on into my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm relieved that they got something. Because I don't have to talk to them. I don't have to teach them the word. I don't have to. You know, go.
And think about how much we are discussing other people.
And it's hard for a parent to hear that you are modeling their behavior. They're getting it from you.
They get it from you. That's what I'm telling you. Our issue is, when are we going to be willing to do right instead of being offended because somebody pointed it out to us? You follow me? There are not a lot of truly accountable people. Because if they were, here's what people group up with. If you look around you, most of the people around you, y'all pretty much the same situation. Right?
Yeah, they wouldn't be around me if I was in the same situation.
So stop talking about them, because you there too.
Yes, sir.
When you grow, you're going to leave them. The goal is not to leave them. The goal is to grow. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
It has nothing to do with them one way or the other. We're looking around too much. And what you do is you find differences. There's scripture that says, and they comparing themselves by themselves, judging themselves among themselves, they are not wise. There is a power inside of you that is capable of miracles. But you just want to be better than the next person. See, and the only way we can truly continue to excel is this. Man, you got to forget where you came from. Because your desires are extremely low. Most people don't realize how low their expectations are. They're extremely low. Because of the way you came up. Think about it. We start talking about money. Now, a millionaire can appreciate $100. But he might spend $100 for something you might not ever spend but $10 on. But at the same time, he'll understand the value of the $100. Better than the people who got $5,000 understand it. Generally, the people with more money understand the value of $1 better than the people who only got $1. Do y'all understand that?
Yeah, she was talking
That's
about
why
that
they
last
got
night with one of her friends. She was like, oh, see, that's why she's still living in a apartment. Something as simple as she won't let nobody tell her things that you shouldn't be doing. You know, like, what was y'all arguing about? The little girl got nails.
We're having a conversation about children wearing press-on nails longer than their fingers.
Yeah. See? And the best thing for us to do, this is what we got to realize. I think we've been pulled into correcting other people too much. Period. There is something in us that needs to be brought out. We need to bring Christ into the world. Decide what's important. Quit fixing what you think you see. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Get in the Word. We are talking so much about everything other than the Word. So how you gonna develop it?
I have to catch myself with that, like, with the girls at the salon, because sometimes, like, you care about people, so when you see them do certain things that you know ain't helping them, I have to learn how to just be like, I've lately just been saying, Jay, if that's how much money they wanna make, let them make that. That you don't pay her bills, you don't do anything, she's responsible for this food drink, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you worry about. The day she stopped paying that food drink, that's when y'all have a conversation. But worrying about her progressing is like not your concern. And that's really what I've been telling myself lately.
Right. See, and all you need to do with that is this what we're here to do. Offer them a solution. Just like I offered to come and, hey, anybody want to learn business banking? You know what I'm saying? Of the people that are there. What you can do if you want to help them, hey, you offer them a class. So you keep going. You understand what I'm saying? But don't trouble yourself.
Right, right.
Like all these discussions we having about how to fix the world. Fix your own life. Do what you are here to do. That's how the world becomes a better place. Period. That's what you do. Get mature. Be able to learn. Share love. We really need to learn what we are in Christ and then put that out. That's what's not happening. The gospel's not being preached. More or less, if that's the way you want to say it. We're not showing what God in an individual life can do. Because if we do that, it will change the environment. Because you got to know something. These children ain't raising themselves. So they didn't come here with the habits. It is neglect that's making them learn what they learn. And they act like we do. We just don't see we're acting that way. See, when I tell you, or when I live life this way, as though I got mine, and I try to teach him, I'm ahead of you, you got to get yours. I'm not teaching him anything. Because what I'm teaching him is this. When he gets to a certain point, guess what he going to do? He going to start acting like me. He going to think he got it. The key to life is this. Look, man, I don't ever reach the top. You can challenge me and I'm going to challenge you. There is more growing to do. Period. There will never be a day where there's not more growth. Right?
That's right.
There'll never be a day where there's not more growing to do. What we need to do is be focusing on growing what's in us. Instead of dealing with each other. Quit looking around so much. Who got this kind of car, that kind of this? Who cares? You driving the one you want? Yeah, but see, you stupid for buying that one, because this is the kind you ought to buy. Why, if that's the one you want? I learned, and it's been times to learn to accept that. So I used to think that, having a car note, man, You don't need to have that. But I realized, I learned that from my daddy, and my daddy learned that from struggling. Do you understand? Not everybody that's got a car knows they're struggling. Some people pay them and think nothing of them. Have paid them all their lives. And go get a new car every year. Hello? And they don't have no trouble with it. So if that's what they want to do, let them do that. You are not more right than they are. The question is, why are you looking at their life? Now, the only place we ought to really be dealing with right and wrong is in the Word of God. We're watching people die of sickness when we're supposed to be laying hands on them to heal them. Hello?
Yes, sir.
People got mental and emotional and all kinds of other issues that we can help with if we develop ourselves. Hello?
Amen.
And yet, we're around here comparing. Don't be better than nobody. Be better than you were yesterday. And it really takes some maturity, Gordon. I'm telling you. Because you probably don't even notice it much now. That when they correct you, you let them correct you. Right? It's not a problem.
And it's helped me so because when we are in communication, she's gonna ask me, so what have you done? What's next? So I wanna have something to tell her, what's next? What's next?
And it's going to put pressure on you, what most people don't want.
Yeah.
If they don't want that pressure,
Like, what's next?
they just don't want it. They're looking for somewhere in life to sit down. That's why most people want to be rich. You want to consume it upon your own lust. I don't want to do nothing. That's why I want to make money, so I don't have to do nothing. We ain't here to do nothing. Money is not the reason you work. You work because there's work to do. Hello? When you change your mind and understand that, the wealthiest people are the busiest people. In terms of being mentally active and constantly creating. Hello? And when they make more money, they just do more things. They're not looking for a place to stop. Because if you're looking for a place to stop, that's what you're constantly doing. You're going to be constantly, you're going to get to 10,000. You're going to stop. Until the environment forces you to come up. See, pressure is going to bother us. You know, like a man saying, oh, the woman said, man, these women, man, they want everything. Okay, good. And so do you. What's wrong with that? You don't want to be the person that can supply it, then don't. But why are we trying to make everybody else wrong? Do y'all understand me? Like my philosophy, and I always preach it. I think that as a man, I want to be the provider. Period. I want to not have to need anything from my woman, materially. Now, do I want to make her? Sure. But not because, see, if you all you understand is you think it's about money. We need both income. No. And when you think that way, you're not going to make it. You're not, because your belief is what's wrong. If I can get you to believe that you are the provider, you will be the provider. I promise you will. That's what I had to learn. Because we create whatever we believe. And press towards it. So what we have to do is this, as it says, give all diligence. You got to add to your faith virtue. The virtue, knowledge, the things that he said. Take each one and every day keep adding them. And what they will do is they will make what's in you actually produce something. It will not be barren, ever. Ever. Because honestly, sometimes I look around and I get tired of seeing all the stuff the devil getting away with, man. Oh, we get away with too much. People struggling financially. Just stuff that really should not be. It doesn't have to be. It does not have to be. So we need to make up our mind. No. There's nothing on this earth more powerful than you. God put you here. He has given you everything. But if the enemy can convince you you don't have it, you will let him keep it. The average person believes that the devil is powerful and runs this world. How many times have you heard it? So they don't believe in good. And you let the evil make you do back. You understand? Instead of spreading what you have. And what we're supposed to spread. I don't react to that. I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm learning more and more every day. Just develop what's in me. Preach Christ. Stay focused. Be humble. Be like Jesus. A man full of power who cared so much about doing God's will that he let himself be embarrassed in front of humans. Y'all get that, don't you? He had built himself up, showed them who he was. They couldn't kill him until it was time for him to die. And then he said, "You don't kill me. I'm laying my life down." They still think they killed him. What do he care? You follow me? I'm challenging you to keep finding out who you are in Christ and keep living that life. Keep transitioning. Don't get stuck. Keep transitioning. Keep growing.
Yes, Lord.
Huh?
Yes, Lord.
Keep growing. And we need to keep putting ourselves in environments where we challenge each other. Truly. And when you find that it bothers you to be challenged, that's what you really need to keep doing. Because otherwise you're standing still. We got to grow. And as we grow, we run the devil off. to create a better environment. Just as simple as Bartlett is different from Collierville. And they both different from North Memphis. You know why? Because the mindset is different. Drive down the street over here. I'm just telling you. Somebody come the other way, you better get over. Because if they got the right of way, they're going to keep coming. Go to Bartlett and drive down the street. What happens? People are kinder. They let you get over. Why? Because the more people feel like they have, the less they need to take.
I've been driving down Germantown for 40 years. When you pass, get a certain extent and going toward Hacks Cross, I mean, not
Going
Hacks
east.
Cross, you're going east. 40 years I've been driving now. I don't know if it's been probably twice, if that many. Somebody just running down, 50,
Yeah.
60.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going, I haven't seen it.
I'm coming out of Raleigh. The other day, dude coming down Craigmont Street between Covington Pike and Shipler. Got to be doing 70. In the neighborhood. Why would you even do that? Nigga, in my car. Park in the driveway. Just stuff that, like I said, I don't want to get too caught up on it because the bottom line is, that ain't my concern. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be honest. And I long for somebody to be honest with me. It's not easy to find, though. It is not easy to find. Because to find a true accountability partner, they have to truly be willing to be accountable. Truth is, most people are not. And if you get honest, you're going to be amazed how much you get done. Because for the most part, if you're honest with yourself, most of what people say they're going to do, they don't do. They don't do. If you're honest with yourself, somebody need to question you because you have not kept your word as well as you think you have. You've just kept it better than most of the people around you. And guess what you're going to discover if you keep going? They were a lot lower than you thought they were. Because you were. There is truth. Most people ain't going to live about the same way because they're going to accept each other in that area. Most people going to have the same financial struggle. They'll have so-so credit. They might have $5,000, $10,000, maybe get up to $25,000, $30,000. But see, the reality is, by the time you're 40, 50 years old, if you're being taught right, see, them children's supposed to have a couple $100,000 because you made that money. And you can make that money and still live well. But what has happened is you've thrown it away. All I'm telling you to do is ask yourself, stop giving good advice that you don't follow. Stop. That's why I want to have this conversation. Because I'm tired of me not believing enough to cast out sickness and believe that I am everything that God said I am. Test it. What I got to lose? You know. Anyway, I was thinking about how I was telling Mom yesterday, I said, man, I do not ever want to get to the point where I'm a burden to y'all, my children. Mm-mm. You know, because I was talking to an older man yesterday, and, you know, he's having to move with his daughter. But for years, we've had things like black folks. When your parents get old, you bring them to live with you, right? Then you beat yourself down, because by that time you old too, really, and really don't have the energy, but you still trying to care of them because that's what we've been told is right. While they got a retirement place in Barley, Germantown, and they got so many homes where them folks getting 95 and they sold that house, they over there living, playing poker, whatever else. Well, you ain't got to worry about me. I ain't gonna be sitting around telling them, I'm gonna stay in my house and die. I ain't. I'm gonna keep going where life is. Promise you I am. You hear me? But it's so much we stuck on. We gotta challenge that. What's next? What's next? What's after the route on the pies? That's why I'm a challenge. Come on, what you gonna do next? It's time to start thinking about it. When we gonna open this little restaurant, dessert spot? What is it gonna take? It's gonna take this much money. Okay, well, let's start putting something aside for it. Let's get there. Everything you want to do, you can start today. Too many times. You've had stuff you've been saying you're going to do for 6 months and still ain't started. And then you think you're going to finish it in a year. Okay, I'm going to watch and see. Because what you just told me you going to get done, you done gave me 3 years worth of work at the pace you working. But you done told me you going to have it done in 8 months. What you counting on? You hoping God swoop down with some kind of miracle. Because you ain't got no plan. Hello? But I'm here to tell you, if you'll start the plan, the Bible is full of plans.
Yes.
Plans. If you'll do it this way, if you'll do this, watch what happens. So I say, like I said, that's why the accountability, it works. And as you grow, you continue to see the growth. Being accountable. Let the pride go. Let's make it happen. We don't want to be barren and unfruitful. What were we told? Be fruitful. Multiply. You don't even have to worry about prosperity. It's going to take care of itself. You ain't got to worry about no money. Because what most people do, get in a certain position, get a little money, and then they're scared to leave that position. For the next level, let it go, move on. Some of us still trying to hold on to First thing we ever got. Let it go. The biggest problem you got, you can't let nothing go. Can't let nothing go. And then we call somebody up a hoarder. You don't realize how much we hoard. Anyway, that's it. Keep following God. Get in the Word. Learn how to be a believer. Not just a churchgoer. Not just a Christian. Get in His Word. And stop worrying about what you feel like. Act on what He tells you.
Amen.
Any questions?
There's none on text, Pastor.
Okay. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Every one of you fathers. As the rain comes down from heaven and the snow returns not thither, but waters the earth, that it may bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, bread to the eater. So shall my word be, that goes forth out of my mouth. It will not return unto me void. It will accomplish what I please, and it will prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. I'm always divinely guided. Thank you, man. I always take the right turn of the road. God has already made a way where there seems no way. All right, y'all. Bless you. Bless you.